Well, today Kroger is going to debut its newest store in Metro Detroit.
Yeah, a grand opening will be held for the company's new $24 million location on Shaner at 13 Mile Road. Doors are going to be opening at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the first 600 customers in the door will receive a $10 Kroger gift card and a free reusable shopping bag.
The new store will include a Starbucks and Kroger Pickup, which is the company's online ordering and parking lot pickup service.
All right, today we are going to have temperatures that are going to be warming up to about 60 degrees. Temperatures up and down through the rest of this week, though. We're going to be cooling back down to begin the weekend. I'm going to show you how far the temperature is going to be dropping over the next couple of days.
Well, fortunately, it's good conditions out there for your morning drive. One small crash I wanted to give you a heads up on. It comes to us here, I-75 and 7 Mile off to the right lane, right shoulder affected with this crash. So we'll take another look at this in just a bit.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. 6-11, a big win, and it's not just for the teams in the World Series. It's also for fans of tacos. But first,
summer is long behind us, but if you ran out of time to do all the work your lawn and yard required, then we're helping you get ahead of the game for next year by breaking down the expert advice on choosing the right lawn care service for your lawn so you don't waste your money.
Thanks so much, Amira. That's ahead at 6:14. You're watching 7 Action News on this Wednesday morning.
.6:15 is the time now. Welcome back. Mowing, trimming, weeding, fertilizing, the list goes on. Your spring and summer yard work can become a big task. Lawn services, though, can make it a little easier on you.
And now is the time to shop for next year's lawn care. 7 Action News reporter Amira David has more on how to find the right service for your lawn and garden.
Dariel Pratt hired a local lawn care business to take care of cutting his grass, tending to flower beds, and keeping weeds under control. That's not what he got.
We found out in the spring that they took out more than just the weeds. They took our flowers out as well. So it was just a bad job.
Consumer Reports says the calendar is on your side when it comes to choosing or changing out your lawn care service.
Fall is a great time to start assessing these services. You know, you've just been through the spring and summer. You know what you've had to deal with your lawn.
Before you commit to spending hundreds of dollars a month, CR says take a look around your yard so you have an idea about what you actually need from your lawn care service. It's a good idea to ask friends and neighbors for recommendations and references, and be sure to ask potential companies the following questions.
Do they have formal training or formal education in what they're doing? Are they licensed if that's a requirement in your state? A very easy thing you can do is actually go online. A lot of states have databases and you can look up if they're legitimate. The last thing I would do is ask them, are they involved in any professional organizations? That'll give you a good idea of how serious they are about their trade.
A reputable lawn care company can give your lawn a health checkup and create a customized plan for your property.
Make sure they're testing the soil, they're checking its acidity, you know, they're looking at your plants to make sure they're healthy.
And get multiple bids detailing the recommended services specifically for your lawn and how much each service will cost.
Another reason fall is a great time to consider lawn care service is that you can audition a company for fall cleanup, and if you like them, keep them on board for spring and summer. Looking to take on your lawn yourself? Well, you'll pay a little bit more outright, but over time, investing in a top-performing lawn tractor or mower will save you some big cash. Keep that in mind so you don't waste your money. I'm Amira David, 7 Action News.
Things to think about. Thank you very much, Amira. 6:17 is the time now. Well, the Washington Nationals remain hot as they take Game 1 of the World Series against the heavily favored Houston Astros.
The Nationals had a 5-2 lead heading into the 7th inning when Houston mounted a comeback. The Astros pulled within 1, and that's as close as it would get. The final, Nationals 5, the Astros 4. Former Detroit Tiger Max Scherzer ended up getting the win. Game 2 is tonight in Houston with another familiar face taking the mound, that being Justin Verlander of the Astros. First pitch is set for 8:07.
And for the 5th straight year, all of America's getting a free Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell, all thanks to Washington Nationals shortstop Trey Turner. He stole second base in the first inning of Game 1 of the World Series, prompting Taco Bell's Steal a Base, Steal a Taco promotion. Fans will be able to get their free taco on October 30th from 2 until 6 p.m.
I love it. All right, well, tonight the Pistons are getting ready to start their season on the road. They open the season against the Indiana Pacers. Blake Griffin is off the roster and isn't expected to be back until early next month. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. The Pistons start their season at LCA tomorrow night. 6:18 is the time right now. Heading outside, want to give you a live look over Southfield on this Wednesday morning.
Yeah, right now, no raindrops on the camera lens, so that's good. It's not shaking too badly, so the winds haven't kicked up just yet. Let's see what we're facing today with 7 First Alert meteorologist Kevin Jeans. How about it, Kev?
Hey, good morning. Right now, temperatures are in the 40s, so it's chilly this morning. The wind is going to be another factor today, but it's not going to be as windy as it was yesterday. So temperatures in the 40s right now, 43 degrees in Royal Oak. It's 45 in Port Huron. Ann Arbor's at 42. Look at the highs, though, this afternoon. It's going to be comfortable outside with high temperatures around 60 degrees. It's just about average. Our average high is 59 for October 23rd. Over the last 24 hours, we did have some showers yesterday and last night, but all the rain is moving farther away from us to the northeast. Meanwhile, another quick-moving storm system is developing over the Rockies. This will continue to move eastward and bring us just a real slight chance of a shower by tomorrow morning and again tomorrow afternoon. It's a low chance. We'll show you that in more detail in just a second. Today, bright and sunny, 52 degrees by noon, winds gusting around 25 miles per hour. So it's still going to be breezy, but the sun will be out. We warm up quickly. The wind's out of the southwest, and so that helps temperatures bump a little bit higher. 60 degrees for the high. Again, the average high is 59, so sunny and breezy today. Now, here's the rain chance for tonight. This is 8 p.m. Most of the rain, if not all of the rain, is going to be across central Michigan and farther north. And once we get to about midnight, potentially a passing light shower across around the Flint area, maybe northwestern Oakland County, north of Pontiac and Auburn Hills, Independence Township, but it's a real low chance of a shower tonight. And then tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds. Cold front's going to move through, and it'll just drop us down a few degrees. We'll be in the mid-50s for highs tomorrow. But a mix of sun and clouds and just a 20% chance of a passing light shower tomorrow. It's not a great chance of rain. Again, highs will be in the mid-50s. And tonight, we stay somewhat mild. It's going to be around 50 degrees, 57 for the high tomorrow. Again, a 20% chance of a light passing shower Friday, but Friday morning and Saturday morning could be in the 30s. So colder mornings and cooler afternoons, lower 50s Friday and Saturday. 60 degrees, chance of rain on Sunday, and then we may see some snow mixed with some rain on Tuesday with highs in the 40s.
All right, I like how you just slipped that in there, Kevin. Oh, we might see some. Here's what's happening on the roads this morning. 75 southbound at 7 Mile. Crash we've been following together for about half hour. Here's the latest. They've shut down the exit ramp here on 75 southbound to 7 Mile as part of this crash and the cleanup, so you can exit 8 Mile. And that congestion we expected now here on I-75. So take a look. Here's the scene. It's not something so major where you need a major alternate route, but because that ramp is closed, you'll want to exit again 8 Mile southbound because 75 southbound ramp at 7 Mile is now closed.
All right, good alternate routes. Thanks, Anne Marie. 621. Get your best cat, cow, or downward dog ready.
Free yoga this morning at TCF Center. How you can still help with a good cause. You're watching 7 Action News on this Wednesday morning.
6:24 is the time now, and it is almost time to say namaste at the TCF Center.
Yeah, Citizen Yoga is hosting free yoga this morning. Registration for the sunrise yoga session starts in just a few minutes at 6:30, while yoga starts at 7 for all levels of practice.
Now, this event is free, totally free, but donations of $10 are encouraged, and any donation of non-perishable goods such as clothing and books are also welcome. All proceeds will go to Green Living Science. So enjoy, just breathe, everybody. It's good for you, right, Kev?
That's right. Namaste.
Yeah.
Know? And you look at the weather, and we're in pretty good shape today. I mean, today we're in the 40s this morning. This afternoon it's going to be around 60 degrees. It's going to get a little breezy today, but the winds will not be as strong as they were yesterday. And a closer look at Dearborn, 50 degrees at 11 o'clock this morning, upper 50s this afternoon. Winds could be gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour, but the wind gets lighter by this evening.
All right, let's take an updated look here of I-75 southbound. We do have a crash at 7 Mile, and we have the right shoulder and the right lane blocked. Now, also in this spot, that exit ramp has been shut down as they're working to clear this crash. So you'll have to exit southbound on 75 at 8 Mile. So keep in mind, do that early before you reach this crash so you don't have to endure the congestion and then the closed ramp. We'll take a close look at this again in just a bit.
All right, thank you very much, Anne Marie. 6:25, time to see what's coming up straight ahead. And good morning, America.
Ginger Z is live from New York with the preview. Good morning to you, Ginger.
Hi, Anu. Hi, Alicia. Nice to be with everybody on this Wednesday morning. Here on GMA, we've got that explosive testimony in the impeachment inquiry. A top U.S. diplomat saying that there was a quid pro quo. So we are live in Washington with the reaction. Also this morning, an ABC News exclusive. The reporter behind Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's emotional interviews will join us live. Meghan stepping out for the first time since that documentary aired. Plus, Cameron Douglas one-on-one, what he is saying this morning after that interview with Diane Sawyer about addiction, prison, and his relationship with his famous father. And we're going to help you get a job, if you're looking, why October is the best time to find a new job, and what you can do to stand out from everyone else. The tips are coming up right here only on GMA, so don't miss it.
Hey, professional pointers. We'll take 'em.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Ginger. Have a great day. Well, in the next 30 minutes, we've got you covered with stories from Detroit, Roseville, and Ann Arbor.
Also ahead, cracking down on stalking. The new moves from the State House made to keep victims of harassment safer.
And if you're dad, you're probably tired of this one. No changing stations in the men's restroom. What do you do if mom's not around? Or worse, you're a single father and you don't know where to go. We're taking a look at a new push to make a change.
Then the scariest haunted house in the country. Mojo in the Morning is talking about the crazy requirements just to get into this haunt. You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
Taking action for you. 7 Action News starts right now.
Now it's 6:30. Desperate for answers. New developments in the search for a missing woman from Metro Detroit after she disappears from a remote cabin in northern Michigan.
Now that it's been a couple days and there's no sign of her still, we're expanding the search area.
The tools police are using now to help with their efforts.
Plush ruling upheld. The legal battle centering around adoptions and LGBTQ couples here in Michigan. Why a judge says a motion by the Attorney General offered nothing new.
And coming up, an issue in cities all across Metro Detroit. Dads can't find a place to change their children. We'll take a deeper dive at how that could soon be fixed.
Good Wednesday morning, and thanks so much for waking up with us.
And we have a dad who probably would appreciate all the help he can get.
Some would appreciate it, and some were like, where's my excuse now? There's no changing table.
We'll get to that in just a little bit. Let's get to the forecast first because it's shaping up to be a pretty good one today.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yesterday was really, really windy, and today it's going to be a little breezy, but the winds won't be as strong as they were yesterday. And 60 degrees in late October still looks like a pretty good forecast.
It does.
Sweet.
That's what we've got today. High 60. Sun's going to come up at 7:55, and the sunset time is 6:40. So kids going to the bus stop this morning. It's in the 40s right now. It is a chilly morning, and it's breezy now, too. We still have some winds that are around 10 to 15 miles per hour this morning, and temperatures by about 11 a.m. 51, and then this afternoon will be in the upper 50s. It's going to be bright and sunny today, though. All the rain that we had yesterday, this is a loop over the last 24 hours. All the rain's gradually drifting farther to the north and northeast. So drier air is going to pick up out of the southwest today, and peak winds right around the middle of the day around lunchtime, gusts around 25 miles per hour, but the wind quickly relaxes later this afternoon. By the time you're driving back home, it's going to be much lighter, and today, high temperatures around 60 in Troy and Detroit. We'll look at the rest of this week heading into the weekend, including the football forecast for Michigan State and Michigan coming up.
Ooh, some big football games ahead this weekend. I'm looking forward to that, I know. Let's talk about the road, so let's get you to work. It's only Wednesday. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 75 southbound at 7 Mile, we do have a crash. That's where you're going to start seeing some slow spots on I-75, and this is typical with rush hour seeing delays. So now right lane, right shoulder affected. That's going to slow us down even more. Then also the I-75 exit ramp southbound to 7 Mile shut down. Part of this crash as well. They're in the clearing stages. Just exit 8 Mile as an alternate route for the time being. We'll take a look outside. You'll see that we do still have some flashing lights. You can kind of see them in the back here. So it's slowing things down. This is where everything starts to break away. But I-75 southbound typically stays congested when we have crashes like this. So expect the residual effects to slow us down for the rest of the morning.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. We do have a tragic update to that breaking news we've been following for you this morning from Southwest Detroit. Detroit firefighters have just found the body of a 90-year-old man following a house fire.
Crews had been searching through the rubble of his home in the area of 33rd and Herbert, which is near I-94. Family members showed up to the scene fearing that he might be inside, and just a short time ago, we were able to confirm that firefighters did find the body of that 90-year-old man.
Well, the search for a woman from Southfield missing in northern Michigan is intensifying this morning.
Michigan State Police are now using drones as they look for Adrienne Quintal in the village of Honor, which is about 25 miles southwest of Traverse City.
And 7 Action News reporter Allie Hoxie is joining us live from Southfield this morning with the latest on this search. And Allie, has any of this drone footage led to leads which could indicate where Adrienne is?
At this point, no, but the idea here is that these drones might be able to see or pick up on something that searchers have not been able to see on foot. Now, as you mentioned, Adrienne Quintal was up on Honor, Michigan, visiting a cabin. Investigators say a close family friend last heard from her around 2:45 Thursday morning. She told that friend she needed help. The friend called police. Cops showed up to the cabin 13 minutes later at 2:58 a.m., but couldn't find Adrienne. Michigan State Police have said Quintal could have been a victim of foul play. Her purse, cell phone, keys, and car were all left at the cabin.
Because of the phone call, of leaving the personal items, that's why foul play is suspected, and we don't know where she's at, and we kept it limited to just law enforcement for the initial response because we did not, that was unknown. But now that it's been a couple days and there's no sign of her still, we're expanding the search area.
Well, you know, family is so worried and they hope that they get some leads. Allie, have police gotten any tips so far about this case?
At this point, no, they haven't gotten any tips, but they are asking anyone with information to call Michigan State Police or contact the Benzie County Central Dispatch.
All right, I hope they can track her down soon. Allie Hoxie, thank you for the live update. Well, we are following a shooting on a school playground in Harper Woods. The victim, who's 20 years old, is now recovering in the hospital. Officers were called to Peppard Elementary just before 8 p.m. last night. There were reports of shots being fired, but by the time police got there, the people involved in that shooting were gone. Investigators hope anybody with information about this crime will contact Harper Woods Police.
We are following new developments in the UAW scandal. A former top official convicted of bribes and kickbacks is now cooperating with the feds. Jeffrey Petrzik pleaded guilty. Now, prosecutors say the former aide to retired Vice President Joe Ashton accepted $123,000 in kickbacks. And Petrzik was facing up to 20 years in prison, but under a plea deal, he now faces 24 to 30 months. 10 others have already pleaded guilty in the scandal.
Time now is 6:36. A man from Clinton Township is now charged with second-degree murder for a deadly shooting at a bar in Roseville. Prosecutors say that Nolan Baca and Johnny Ozarski had some kind of fight inside the bathroom of Dooley's bar on Sunday. Baca allegedly pulled out a gun and fired at Ozarski 5 times. The victim was a father of 2.
He's the most laughable, energetic, entertaining person I've ever met in my life.
Baca kept his head down in court. He only spoke once, telling the judge he had nothing to say. The 21-year-old was denied bond. The U.S. House is taking steps to help a Novi man caught up in a spy scandal in Russia. A resolution was passed on Tuesday that calls on the Russian government to show evidence against Paul Whelan or release him from prison. Whelan is accused of having Russian state secrets on a flash drive in Moscow when he was in a hotel room during a wedding there. He was taken into custody last December and continues to deny the charges. Whelan claims that he has been repeatedly denied requests for medical care and communication with his family.
The man accused of killing his own mother is set to be formally charged today. 29-year-old Garrett Roberts is expected to be arraigned on first-degree murder and assault charges. Now, police say he strangled his mom at her home in Orion Township on Monday. He's also accused of stabbing his uncle, who tried to intervene. The uncle managed to run to a neighbor's home to call 911. Roberts has a lengthy criminal history that includes a felony sex offense and malicious destruction of property. Victims of violence, stalking, and sex crimes may soon have better protections here in Michigan. On Tuesday, the state Senate unanimously approved bills that would create an address confidentiality program. Victims would be able to keep their personal addresses secret in public records. The legislation will now head to the State House.
6:37 is the time now. Catholic adoption agencies will be keeping their right to refuse to place children with LGBTQ couples in Michigan, at least for now. On Tuesday, a federal judge denied the state's request to halt his preliminary injunction. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel and the State Department of Health and Human Services asked for a stay while the case is appealed. The Grand Rapids-based judge says that the state's attorneys offered nothing new in this case. Nessel says under state law, child placing agencies cannot turn away families based on religious beliefs when it comes to state-supervised children. Well, there's a continued push to add more changing tables in men's restrooms, and we want to know how you feel about this. Do you think diaper changing stations should be required in men's public restrooms? You can vote right now on WXYZ.com. Now, this move comes after a viral photo drew attention to a problem that many fathers know: a lack of places to change their kids. 7 Action News reporter Matthew Smith is joining us live. And Matthew, there's a push to add thousands of changing tables, and that push is even stretching into Detroit.
Yeah, so Detroit, one of the named cities that Pampers is looking to try to add more of these changing stations for fathers. And you just talk to a few of them and you'll find out right away. Every single person, every single dad out there has been confronted with this issue. What do? Well, in some cases you squat, some cases you lap up, or you go out into the car. Either way, it's not an easy situation for the dads out there. It's the picture that started a viral campaign. Dante Palmer squatting to change his kid's diaper in a bathroom stall. No changing station in sight. A regular issue for this dad.
Fathers, we aren't highlighted like we should be, right? And I just want to bring that view and that light to us fathers, because we do matter and we do exist, and we are willing to do more than just provide and protect.
A year later, and there's a growing campaign.
Pampers is partnering with Koala Care to put 5,000 changing stations.
But still, some dads tell me it's still not easy to find a spot for dads to change their kids.
It sucks that they don't exist.
David Moore has the more flexible schedule in his family, so he's the guy that often changes his daughter. We checked out more than 20 businesses, mostly retail and restaurants in Metro Detroit. 8, or nearly half, didn't have a changing table in the men's room.
You lap up. That's all you can do. When you got a small kid, you just lap up, you take care of it, and get it done.
That said, they're increasing in some spots thanks to this year-long push. We're seeing them more and more often. Jimmy Lee tells me he's seeing them more, but still remembers what it was like when he first had his kid.
There were no changing tables in the men's room, no family restrooms available. So luckily I was with a friend who was female, and she actually did it for me.
Yes, things are getting better. Moore did say, though, one of the issues he has is that when you start having a girl that gets a little bit older, she can talk. It is strange to go into the men's room, too. So he wishes more places had family restrooms that would allow for dads to go in there and use those changing tables. We are seeing more and more. As we said, 8 of the 20 places that I went to, restaurants and retail, did have changing stations inside the men's rooms. But many dads would argue that's not enough, especially when nature calls, it calls. For 7 Action News, I'm Matthew Smith.
That is a good point. Thank you, Matthew. Hey, remember, all you at home, please share your opinion on WXYZ.com/vote. Do you think diaper changing stations should be required in men's public restrooms is the question. We'll have the results of our poll at 8 a.m. over on TV 20. Thanks again, Matthew. 6:42, time now. Not for the faint of heart. Literally, Mojo in the Morning is talking about the scariest haunted house in the country and whether or not you'd make the cut.
But first, this is a live look over downtown Detroit. Kevin says today is going to be another windy one, but still sunny skies, highs around 60. He's going to have your updated forecast for you in 7 minutes or less.
All right, here's another look at that crash on I-75 we've been following all morning. Southbound at 7 Mile, we have the exit ramp closed. We have the right lane, right shoulder blocked here. It's slowing things down. It's going to slow down your morning drive. We'll take a closer look. I've got an alternate route and a few other issues you need a heads up on before you hit the roads. You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
Thank you for watching 7 Action News, Emmy Award winner for overall excellence and news excellence.
Over the past several months, dozens of websites have popped up across the state mimicking news outlets right here in Michigan. And this morning, their legitimacy is being called into question. Now, the websites all look like local news outlets with names like Macomb Today, East Michigan News, Detroit City Times, and many more. But as you visit each site, you notice they're all the same, and they were all created back in June. Now, some experts are classifying the sites as fake news sites.
It could have some elements of truth in it, but because of that intention to deceive, this contains both disinformation and misinformation, which in my argument, then, yeah, it is fake news.
The sites are registered to locality labs, according to the New York Times. It's headed by a Republican activist in Illinois.
6:46. Today we're going to find out the identity of the lucky winner who won an $80 million